this is maybe a deep question for you, maybe not, but like, what is the price of a spiritual awakening, and what could you share with people to prepare them? Because it's not all lollipops and daisies and puppy dogs. It is a lot of work.
Well, I would say what you should get ready for on the spiritual path is not everybody's going to accept it. When you first get on the spiritual path, you think like, oh, everybody's going to love this. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm a new person. But you come to find out that misery enjoys company. A lot of people don't want you to be on the spiritual path because it makes them feel guilty. It makes them feel less than. Misery enjoys company. So when you get on the spiritual path, you really have to have the mindset and the discernment that this is a solo journey and this is only between me and God, and what other people think of it, who cares? They're going to try to throw mud on you, they're going to try to tell you what God is, oh, that's not what God is. It says in the Bible, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sure, So you just got to get your mind ready. Most people think when you get on the spiritual path, everybody's going to roll out the red carpet and say, oh, I love you. It's so
Yeah.
great. You're meditating. It's so great that you're breathing, doing your pranayama. It's so great that you're doing yoga. So outstanding. But the truth is that most people don't want you to be better than. They don't want you to be a good person. They want to laugh at you. They want to throw you under the bus. They want to talk bad about you. So when you start being a better version of yourself and realizing your true potential, it makes them feel less than. And they don't like that because misery enjoys company. So they're going to start throwing mud on you. They're going to start throwing stones on you. They're going to be like, oh, why are you worshiping those false idols? You know,
Because I love
don't you?
them.
Yeah, I love them. They make me feel good. Oh, don't you know there's only one true God? So they got all these conditionings and identities that they've been conditioned from birth, and they want to convert you and force their God onto you. Find a God of your own choosing and just be ready for it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your neighbor thinks of your spiritual practice. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks of. It's between you and God. So whatever God makes you feel the best, have a God of your own choosing. And if no one else understands, it doesn't matter because it's not meant for them to understand. It's between you and God. To become a YouTube channel member, click on the join button and choose your membership. Number one, the Enlightened Kriya Yoga Satic for $2 per month with good member benefits. Or number two, the Self-Realized Kriya Yogi for $6 per month with great member benefits. Choose your YouTube membership and join today. Go to kriyayogashop.com to visit our Kriya Yoga store for all your spiritual needs. We have canvases, notebooks, tumblers, and t-shirts with all Veronica's divine handmade artwork. Go to kriyayogashop.com to visit our Kriya Yoga store. Thousands have already said yes to the Kriya Yoga path. And if you're here now, something inside you is ready to. Click the Join Now button below, choose your membership, and begin your journey to inner freedom today. See you inside the Kriya Yoga School Masterclass. I would say that's something you got to get your mind ready for, and you got to be built for the spiritual path. They're
Yeah.
coming. They're going to try to tell you what God is, what God eats for dinner. God said this 2,000 years ago. God did this. I have the more approach of a God defined as a God can find. I have no clue what God is doing or what God says. And anybody who comes around me and says, I know what God said, I get away from them as fast as possible. Because, I've met all kinds of enlightened beings, and they always have this mindset. I have no clue what it's beyond my comprehension. It's above my pay grade. So anybody says they know for sure, they're just dreaming. No one knows for sure, me included. I have no clue what God is doing. I have no clue where God is at, what he's eating for dinner. So they're going to try to tell you what God is and, get you into their cult and, change your mindset and all that. You just got to be ready for it. You just got to be super built for this, where no matter what anybody says, like, I love Babaji. If you don't love Baba G, up to you. I don't care. I love Baba G. I love Master G. It makes me feel good. It uplifts me. And if you don't care about it, then doesn't matter. But people out here are definitely going to try to control you. And they're going to try to control the narrative. They're going to try to control your mindset. They're going to try to tell you what God is. They're going to try to tell you what God said. Don't let anybody control you. Be a free bird and fly high, you know? Find a God of your own choosing. If you believe in the sun god, that's perfectly great. As long as it uplifts you and makes you feel good, why not, you know? So everybody's been really conditioned from birth to believe that this is the true path. We are the chosen one, you know? Our God is the real God and your God is the fake God. This is all divide and conquer techniques, you know? Whatever God you believe in, that's outstanding, you know? I respect it all. You know, when I was in the Himalayan mountains, we didn't say, wait a minute, you're Buddhist, you can't walk with us. We said, come on, we love Buddhists too. We love Agoris, we love Sadhus, we love Christians, we love Muslims, we love them all, right? Long as you're not trying to hurt us or cause us violence, then we love all spiritual traditions. So yeah, I would say get your mind ready. It's not going to be all roses out there, you know. They're coming, and they hate to see other people uplifted and other people mastering their mind and being still and calm. They want everybody to roll in the mud with them like, you know, pigs. So don't roll in the mud with the pigs. Sit on your cloud and be happy. And if no one understands, that's perfectly good too, you know?
Yeah.
In my personal family, most people don't understand, but it doesn't really matter because it's between me and Baba G, you know? So if you get it or not, it's up to you, you know? And it's divine timing also, you know? Like when I was my daughter's age, who's 16, I didn't care nothing about God, Baba G, yoga. I looked at it like junk, you know? But now that I'm older, I understand more. So it takes some timing, you know? So when you're 16, all you want to do is play football and skateboard and this type of stuff. So
Yeah.
when you get older, you see that there's more to life than that, you know? Material things, ego things. So, yeah, I would just say get your mind ready and be built for this. Never give up, no matter what happens. No matter what people say, just never give up. I like it, you know? In the village I live in Thailand, I'm sure they hate the fire. I'm sure they hate my statues. Doesn't matter. I don't work for them, you know? They have no control over what I do. I do whatever I want. And if you become a free bird and let people know, they don't like it. They want control. They want to tell you what God is, you know? Like I was talking to this Thai guy in Thailand and he was like, Buddha is the true God. And I was like, he was trying to say that Shiva wasn't a god, that Buddha was. And I was like, Buddha comes from India, you know?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, India, but not Hindu India. Okay, you know, all right, that's a cool story, bro, but I'm not going with you. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself, what god did Buddha pray to in India? Think about it, you know? So, I don't know. People got all these guidelines and rules, and my story is right and you're wrong. And I mean, once you have the discernment to become the detached witness, you begin to see that I don't want no part of this, you know? And you become like more of like a monk or like a hermit or a yogi on the path. You don't want to be around these people's energy and you don't want their ghost story to become your ghost story or their narrative to become your narrative. So you kind of renounce the Maya delusional world. Like, oh, I don't want to be around these people with their cool comic book stories. Batman came and fought Superman and this and that, you know. My guru used to say we detach from the stories, you know. The stories don't matter. We don't talk about Kriya Yoga, we do Kriya Yoga. So when you have that discernment, other people's stories and other people's narrative, you want no part of it, you know? Like You know, if they approach you or try to convert you, just be like, nah, I have a God of my own choosing. So if you don't agree, that's perfectly fine. To become a YouTube channel member, click on the join button and choose your membership. Number one, the Enlightened Kriya Yoga Satic for $2 per month with good member benefits. Or number two, the Self-Realized Kriya Yogi for $6 per month with great member benefits. Choose your YouTube membership and join today. Go to kriyayogashop.com to visit our Kriya Yoga store for all your spiritual needs. We have canvases, notebooks, tumblers, and t-shirts with all Veronica's divine handmade artwork. Go to kriyayogashop.com to visit our Kriya Yoga store. Thousands have already said yes to the Kriya Yoga path. And if you're here now, something inside you is ready to. Click the Join Now button below, choose your membership, and begin your journey to inner freedom today. See you inside the Kriya Yoga School Masterclass.
You really have to learn how to deal with criticism and judgment, and just have to learn how to let that go. But criticism, it's just like, I don't know. Don't all paths lead to God? It doesn't matter what we all have different routes, but it all leads to God. It does. I don't know, but there's a lot of criticism, and
Yeah, I would say, my guru used to say there are many paths to get to the mountaintop. Choose which one works for you. So, whatever path you have, I don't have no judgment about it. Do what works best for you. But yeah, there's a lot of criticism out here. There's a lot of internet gurus. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of junk, especially on the internet or YouTube. It's a total war zone, right? I watch like some so-called spiritual videos like my name is Bob Smith, and I'm going to tell you about the secrets of the universe and the Himalayan mountains. In the
yeah,
Himalayan
and Bob
mountains,
Smith
yogi did.
sells it.
Yeah, sure. Right, Bob Smith. If you were a true yogi, you would have name diksha, and you would have a guru, and you would have a spiritual lineage or parampara that you're a part of, like we do. But I don't know. It's better than hurting people or using drugs. Maybe get some people on the path, but I don't know. In my personal opinion, there are a lot of books full of a bunch of stories. Jesus did this. Jesus went there. Jesus went that. You know, Babaji did this. Yogananda did this. Lahiri Messiah did this. But at the end of the day, you really have to see, like, how does this serve me in the present moment? These are cool ghost stories around the campfire, but the real fruit, the real benefit in practicing Kriya Yoga is doing your own inner work. We don't talk about Kriya Yoga, we do Kriya Yoga. If you read any of these books, they're always talking about Kriya Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Kriya Yoga. Okay, how do I start? They don't have no answer for that. Give me one Kriya. Give me the most basic Kriya. Nothing. Crickets. So that's why in our school, if you don't want to know how to start, you just go to freekriyayoga.com. And we have some beginner mini courses to get you started. We have a very interactive community with a bunch of videos that should answer all your questions, hundreds, thousands of videos, whatever's there. So I don't like to tell too many stories. We don't talk about Kriya Yoga. We do Kriya Yoga. And I suggest people in the new year, 2026, test Kriya Yoga, observe Kriya Yoga, experience Kriya Yoga, know Kriya Yoga, feel it. I don't want you to blindly believe me with blind faith. Like, Vedguru Dev said Kriya Yoga works. I guess it works, Try it out for yourself. Maybe you be surprised, So I don't want money to be a barrier to entry. To go to freekriyayoga.com. Join our group, and there's some beginner mini courses to give you some techniques to put in your pocket to help you navigate 2026. And yeah, so there's a lot of cool storytellers out there telling ghost stories. My favorite one, I think you posted this video, Kyle. The guy said Babaji put a stone in his mouth, a
Oh yeah,
pebble, and
yeah.
that's how he got to enlightenment. I was like, okay, sure, right? Do you think a highly enlightened being like Babaji would need a pebble to reach enlightenment? You're out there, dude. They're out there. but some, but I don't know, they're out here, but
Yeah.
use your own discernment, use your own discrimination,
Um,
because they're coming, and
yeah.
they got a
If
lot of
Babaji
cool
needs a
ghost
pebble,
stories.
he needs more inner work.
Let me tell you how you could get to enlightenment in 5 steps or whatever, their videos are. You're like, yeah, okay, cool story, bro, So
I
I
don't
don't know,
for
but
yeah.
you got to be built for this, because the criticism is coming. You got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to help people and teach people in the spiritual way, but they're not built for the criticism that comes along with it. And the internet is full of trolls and bad people hiding behind their computer in their grandmother's basement. You know, you're not a real guru. What is your lineage? What is your parampara? Like, okay, when you open the door for that for me, I got an answer. But do you have an answer? My favorites is like Sadhguru's my guru. Yeah, really? You got a picture with Sadhguru? Sadhguru knows your name. You walk the spiritual path with Sadhguru, or I
Yeah.
was initiated into Kriya Yoga because I read Autobiography of a Yogi. Like, come on,
Like, yeah.
So people need. Woo! The Kriya Yoga police has arrived.
Yeah.
Who gave you permission? Who authorized you? Who gave you approval? Babaji himself.
Snap Crackle Fizzles with us, Brendan. He says, God bless you
Happy New
guys.
Year, Brendan.
He has a question for you, Vedgurudev. Would you say all Kriyas are equal or some are better? What's your opinion?
I mean, I would say the best Kriyas are the ones that uplift you and make you feel the best. That would be my opinion, what the best Kriyas are. I mean, it's not one size fits all. What might be good Kriyas for me might not be good Kriyas for you. So that's why in our Kriya Yoga Masterclass we have hundreds of Kriyas, and in 2026 we're gonna add a lot more. So I just want to give you as much as I can so you could choose what works best for you. That's basically what I did on the Kriya Yoga path. I went to as many initiations and learned as many techniques as possible. Then I could basically craft my yogic practice, my sadhana, by saying, okay, this works for me. This makes me feel good. I'm going to put this in my daily practice. This works good. I'm going to put this in my daily practice. This 50-50 doesn't really work for me. Okay, I have a limited amount of time. I'm going to save that for another day, or maybe I'll get to it in a later date. So that's basically what I would say. There's not one size fits all. So what might be a good Kriya for me might not be a good Kriya for you. So I would just go through them all and see which ones work best for you. So I know Brendan told me he likes Brahmari Pranayama, humming bee breath.
Mm.
By all means, do that every day. I like that one too, So yeah, just craft your daily practice that really uplifts you and gets you through the day, and you can integrate into your daily life, and that would be the best way, I would say. But it's not one size fits all. Like like this Kriya is better than this Kriya. Some Kriyas work good for you. Some people Kriyas don't work good for you. So might work good for other yogis, or it might not work good for you. So I would use your own discrimination and discernment to pick and choose what works best for you. And that would be my best advice. So I really can't say what is the best Kriya or what are the good Kriyas, because for me, certain Kriyas are good, and those same Kriyas might not be beneficial for Veronica. So, or it might be beneficial, but I would just go through them all and see which one works best for you. That's basically what I did on the Kriya Yoga path. I learned as many asanas, many pranayamas, many meditations, many mantra japa, many bhakti as I could. And then I started saying, okay, this is a good one. This makes me feel good. When I do this every day, I'm going to integrate it into my daily sadhana and my daily yoga practice. And that's worked well for me. So I would say
Yeah.
it's not one size fits all. It's different for everybody. So pick and choose which kriyas work best for you, and that would be the best way to go into the new year of 2026. Happy New Year, Brendan.
Happy New Year. Well, Brendan has some specific questions about some
Okay.
Kriyas. He wants to know, and what is the purpose of bottom lock banda? If you could explain specific benefits.
The specific benefits of the root lock, the mula banda, are it's like a lock. It's like a light squeeze on your banda. So it basically similar to unblocking your chakras, the it unlocks the psycho energetic centers, right? So when you squeeze the mula bandha or you lightly engage the mula bandha, it really starts the process. If you know how to do the bandhas, right, you start from the root lock and you go up to the chin lock, and then you engage all three bandhas. So for people that don't know out there, there's three bandhas. There's the root lock, which is called the mula bandha. There's the abdomen lock, which is called the uddiyana bandha. There's the chin lock, which is called the jalandhara bandha. And when you engage them all three together, it's called maha bandha, which means great bandha. So when you engage the root lock, the way you engage the root lock is like lightly engaging, like you're trying to hold your pee. Like you need to use the bathroom, but you're not using it. So I like to lightly engage it when I do everything. Even in daily life, I like to lightly engage it. So it starts to become second nature. And the benefits are it kind of, by squeezing the banda, it kind of clears out the blockages and lets a straight flow of the Sushumna Nadi come. So it's like unblocking your seven chakras, but more on a physical form. Unblocking your seven chakras is in a subtle kind of form, but this is more engaging, like physically. You're not super squeezing it, you're lightly engaging it. So I lightly engage the two bandhas when I do my asanas also. And some asanas you have a natural chin lock, like the shoulder stand and plow pose and these different things. So yeah, the benefits are like it helps clear out your how can I say, like your root, like it helps anchor you and ground you also. So it helps, you know, clear the free flow up your Sushumna Nadi, in a different way than unblocking the seven chakras, but similar, but more on a physical level. So that would probably be the best way I would subscribe it. So if you have like digestive problems, if you have trouble using the bathroom, this can help. And some hardcore yogis, like I do also, I sit on my heel, so I don't have to engage my mula bandha. It's already engaged. Like it can't go nowhere because I'm sitting on my heel, engaging it. And the place where the mula bandha is in between your anus and your private part. So that's where I put my heel, right? That little space there. And so I don't have to engage it because I'm sitting on my heel. It can't run and hide from me. It's super engaged. You know, I'm locked in.
Oh.
So this is more of a hardcore yogi approach. It takes a while to work up to it. So I wouldn't do that first day. It took me a while to get there. So yeah, but I would say yeah, these are the benefits of it. It really helps align you and center you and anchor you when you engage the bandhas. And it really clears the pathway on a more physical way than unblocking the seven chakras. So yeah, that would probably be my best answer. Hopefully that answered your question. Brendan.
Oh, Brendan also wants to know how many Kriyas have you learned? Just an estimate, and do you disregard some, like threw some out?
Yeah, Kriyas, man, I would probably say thousands. So, uh, probably an estimation. I've learned every single level of initiation I've taken. Uh, my guru has shown me a lot. I met a lot of enlightened beings who showed me a lot. So I would probably say thousands. And I mean, I don't disregard them. I kind of put them on the shelf for a later date because I might feel a certain way in 2025, but 2026 I might revisit them. So like even in our school, there's some kriyas I revisit, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and I'm gonna put that into my daily practice. That was a good one. That when we did it in our class, that made me feel good. So I would say I don't throw it away. It's still there. If I need it, I can refer back to it. But yeah, certain kriyas were good for me in 2025, but I'm not married to those kriyas. 2026, I might have all new kriyas. So I like to have a smorgasbord, a buffet of kriyas.
Yeah,
So I go with the flow of my energy. Like I don't know. Like I like this one in 2025, but I'm feeling a little different in 2026. My energy is different. I think these will serve me. Let's give them a try. So I pick and choose, and sometimes you feel a click where this kriya has taken you as far as it can, and you kind of put it on the shelf, and you add another kriya that would take you further in its place. So yeah, I would say I learned that was my approach. If I'm gonna practice kriya yoga, I'm gonna learn as much techniques as I can, and I'm gonna pick and choose which work for me in my daily practice in my sadhana. So but it's not like I disregard them. It's like they're there if I need them. I have a bunch of books and a bunch of notes that I take, and sometimes I refer back to it, and sometimes I get to intuition that'd be good to teach in our class. So I revisit them and I say, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. I haven't talked about that in a while. So, I revisit them, and Kriya Yoga Masterclass is a great opportunity for me to revisit them and see if they're a good fit for me in 2026. Before you go, here are 3 ways to bring inner happiness into your practice, your home, and your heart. Become a YouTube member and unlock exclusive member benefits, live stream shout outs, and super chat. Join here, youtube.com/vedgurudev. Visit our Kriya Yoga store for all your spiritual needs and get spiritual canvases, notebooks, tumblers, and t-shirts, all with handmade divine artwork. Go to kriyayogashop.com. Master the supreme science of Kriya Yoga and learn authentic teachings of Kriya Yoga from A to Z. Go to kriyayogamasterclass.com. Become a YouTube member here. Click the related video here. Join, like, subscribe, and comment. Jai Babaji.